happening. The elves are working. Well, they are not working. They are over. You know, they had so much chocolate and nibbles and things like that after all their hard work yesterday. They're causing havoc in the gallery. But before we get into details of what the one-day special is and what a one-day special is, I need to tell you too about Christmas 20. If you haven't seen it yet, please, if your basket is above £25, use Christmas 20 when you check out, because then £5 can come off of that. And then, of course, that means that you can use it on the one-day special. And it's unlimited time, so you can use it as many times until tonight at midnight. But already very busy. Before we get into details of the one-day special, let's say hello to the one and only John Lovewood.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Did you have a nice Christmas day?
I did. We had a lovely, me, my mum and Sam had a really nice, relaxing Christmas day. Yeah, really, really nice. It was really worth it.
And of course, not only you had that amazing Christmas day, but you broke the internet early on with a very fabulously busy show.
Sorry. I will try not to do it for this one.
Well, you know what I will say? It's already busy, so jump ahead and check out those baskets. Remember that we have got that Christmas 20, but also I need to tell you there is a complete collection. So we hold your fire just to see which option fits your kind of needs, crafting needs, or your wishes. Now, one day special. The concept of the 2J's finger stamp. Tell us more about it.
This actually came from Jane Smith, who is sort of almost my muse and is, you know, the creative director, I would call her, of Crafts too.
Of course.
And we saw when we were going around and doing new sort of sourcing for stuff back in January of this year, we saw some bigger daubers.
Yes.
And Jane said, can they be made flat? And I was like, what for?
Yeah.
She said, well, wouldn't they make brilliant stamp blocks?
Of course.
And that's where the idea came from, of literally, this is a standard finger dauber we know, which can't get my fat sausage fingers in.
Wow.
These are larger, clear acrylic blocks that fit on your finger. And then what came from it was the concept of finger stamps. So we then have the beautiful, drawn, little mini finger stamps that fit on top.
That is so
And it's
cute.
such a clever idea, because if you look, we have our stamps made, 2J stamps are made in the UK, so these are 4mm deep. But can you see you've got a rim there?
Yes.
The rim stops all of the rest of this block going into the ink.
Of course.
So you don't get the ink covered in block. Because the stamp is at 4mm, can you see you do not get any of the ink on that rim on your paper?
Wow.
But how easy is that to put on your finger and stamp?
Absolutely. And quick.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to Karen earlier.
Yeah.
Karen Keats.
Yeah.
And she was saying she really struggled, you know, with, you'd have the wooden peg stamps where these originally came from, and they're sort of thin wooden pegs. She said she couldn't hold them because her hands wouldn't. And I thought, well, no, actually, neither could I, because it's not comfortable. Whereas that is seriously comfortable.
And also,
or you can hold it like a pencil.
Or, like in my case, I would go like this. I put my finger inside it, and then I would hold it with the other two fingers, and then, of course, dab it like that. So that kind of would work for me, I think. And it's just amazing. So you are getting 10 of them, don't you?
Yep, so you get 10 of the blocks, because there's nothing worse than losing your block, and we've got extra blocks on the show. You get beautiful, the first 4 sets of the finger stamps.
Okay.
So you get the sort of bugs and butterflies, the floral, the flakes and sort of baubles for Christmas, and the foliage.
Okay.
And these have all been drawn and then shrunk down.
Wow.
I spent hours making sure they were all down to 10mm to get them right. But then we've added in the beautiful cherry blossom to give you the twigs and the cherry blossom on top. And then Jane said to me, we need some really nice sentiments that are a little bit bigger, that work with these sort of things. So we did the beautiful sort of swirled font, which is what we're calling the centre sentiments, because they are a centrepiece to your card, and just works so well with this.
They are absolutely stunning. I mean, you know my style, clean and simple. These are absolutely stunning, and you can see, of course, that sentiment in there. And I love how the branches, you can create a beautiful wreaths as well. Now, it has got a freedom price, which means that if if you're a Freedom Prize member, you pay less, £26.94. But remember, you can use your £5 credits. That it works like if you check out Christmas 20, put that in, you will take £5 off, so you are going to pay £21.94. Now, this, and remember that Christmas 20 is only until midnight tonight. So even though the one-day special should last until tomorrow, if the stocks last, that Christmas 20 won't. So take advantage, save £5 on top of that £7 and something if you're a Freedom member, or if you're not a Freedom member, you have got a £5 saving. You can still use Christmas 20 and get £5 off, in which case you will pay, of course, you'll pay £24.93. Approaching 20% of the one-day special has gone. Not even 6 minutes in. If you want your one-day special, 543891. Now, remember, I need to remind you that there is a complete collection if you want to, but we will get into that in a second. Then we have got the media plates, the John Next Door media plates. Now, for anybody who hasn't seen them, John, what they are about?
What you've got is these are the media plate frames. So many people struggle to make frames and stamp within a frame.
Of course.
So the media plate is basically a lot easier version of one of those gel plates. So instead of being made of gelatin, these are actually made of a special polymer. We actually have them made abroad because they're actually cut, they're not moulded.
Right.
So this actually has already in there. So it's like having a large blank stamp.
So by not being moulded, it will have a clean edge.
It has a clean, crisp edge.
Course.
And of course you get the frame, so you can make a beautiful frame with it. You can stamp onto it. So any of the techniques you can do with any of your gel type plates, you can do with this, but the main benefit is that these, being like this thin, actually fit into your stamp platforms.
Okay.
So instead of having to take your work to it, you can multiple stamp, because this is effectively making you a blank printing plate. So there is a blank printing plate.
Perfect. £29.96 gives you 4 of them. 279101 is your item number, and of course, in combination with the one-day special, creates absolutely stunning, beautiful projects in there. And then, of course, we do have got these ones are frames, but we do have got also the gorgeous flower and leaf in here. Now, this one has already gone individually, so it's only part of the big complete collection, but we wanted to show you that you are going to get that. And now, moving on to the next one, we have got the dies. Now, these dies feel that they fit in with the media.
That they do. These fit exactly around the media plate frames. So first of all, you've got them fitting exactly with your media plate frames around there. But what you've got is 3 dies for each shape. So you get the rectangle, you get the large outer rectangle, you get a plain and a stitched layer, you get the oval for the centre, stitched, plain and stitched, the rectangle smaller, stitched, plain and stitched. For the square, you get 3 larger stitched outside dies, you get a smaller square in the middle, which is the stitched, the square and the stitched, and the circle stitched, plain and stitched. But basically, to have the same, in one of those sets of dies, to actually have, you would actually have to have 6 sets of dies to have what's in there, with the difference between the stitched and the plain and the different shapes. But they just work so beautifully, and of course they're sized to fit with all John Next Door dies and our standard card making in the UK.
Absolutely, and that is an incredible thing to have, because you know that you have got a security that will work with the standard UK size. That's the rectangle you are getting. The item number is 859437. £16.99 is the price, with the £3 saving. Then we have got the square one, which of course works with the circles. Now, also I believe it has been individually sold out, but look at this saving of £3, and £16.99 would be what you would be paying individually. Now, we already have seen those individual savings from the one-day special, from the media plates, from the media dies as well, that £3. Those ones are carried forward, and then we have got the complete collection. Now, that means that you're getting the one-day special, the 10 finger daubers acrylic blocks, which they are amazing and an innovation. You have got those stamps, clear stamps, those beautiful sentiments. You are getting the media plates, 4 sets of them, of the frames. Then you are getting the flower and the leaf, and then you are getting those die sets that coordinate perfectly with those media plates. All that, all those savings carrying forward, and an additional £14 saving. So in total, it would be a £35 saving were you to go to buy them individually. And remember, two of the items have already sold out individually. Now you have got also a flexi buy option to spread the cost into 3 interest-free payments of £29.95. Now remember, Christmas 20, you use that, and you will get on top of that that saving an additional £5 saving. Now that Christmas 20 expires tonight. You can use it as many times as long as your basket is above £25. However, of course, this is a one-day special, so should last but 20 minutes. We are 10 minutes in and already 2 sellouts, and of course 20% of the one-day special already gone. It's madness. 533866 is the item number for the complete collection. Now, you might be sitting there and have been paying attention to what John has said, like I was, and thinking, more finger daubers blocks. They are here, and you are getting 3 sets, so you are getting 13 total. Is that right, John?
That's right, yep, so you're getting 3 sets, because what I actually found was that when I was making all my samples, I loved doing this, but I got fed up, if I'm honest, with changing all the little stamps off the end. So I actually created this for myself. This is one of my old dauber cases that had these daubers in. Now I've broken a few and I've got a few for workshops, so I cleaned it out, and I've left there, if you can see, all my favourite stamps already on the blocks.
Wow.
And they fit in perfectly, so that way I pick them up. But if I close it this way, you can see
you have got them there.
I've got them all done. And I said, well, other people might want to do that, because I ordered and bought some more. I've got even more here. But the idea was it was just so much easier to leave some of the ones I'm going to use all the time on the block. So I thought we'll give everybody a chance to do that.
Would you stamp, if you're going to leave them always, would you stamp it onto a circle and then put it as inside it?
Well, what I found is, because these are clear, if you look straight down, if I put this on the overhead, if you can see it in the right way, if you look down, you can see every pattern.
You can see perfectly,
You don't actually need to, because you can see straight through, and if you want to, you turn it over.
Absolutely.
And you see straight away what they are. But what I tend to do is this. I have them out like that. And then I put them away like this, so I can see straight away what I've got. So I don't need to do that, because the joy and the brilliant thing of these blocks is your finger fits in, but you can see through, so you can actually see. You're not going through a lot of plastic or wood.
Absolutely.
So you can see exactly where you're stamping it.
That's a very good...
So you don't want to cover that.
There is no distortion of the acrylic.
There is absolutely no distortion. Brilliant.
Right, so if you want to go for an extra set of 3 of them, so it's actually £39.97. I believe 30% of the stock has already got a 40. Oof, it's going very quickly. So please, they're not going to last probably the hour. So if you want your extra set, a 581883 is your item number. And then we have got some very innovative inks. And if you know me, you know that I like ink pads. Now, this is pigment, but there's something special about it, isn't there?
It is. This is the first time I've ever come across. This is brand new from Aladdin Eyes Ink, launched tonight. These are quick dry pigment inks. So all the opacity and the beautiful colours that you get with a pigment ink, but the benefit of them being like a dye ink as they dry completely. So I've got a little thing here to show you. Because what I've got is, people always ask me what's the difference on inks. So this is a pigment ink. This is what we get. Can you see? Not a lot of difference, the same sort of level of opacity. This is a dye-based ink. So a dye-based ink goes down, lovely colour, but it's see-through. A pigment ink goes down, and look, it smears. This, the new quick dry inks from Eyes Ink, beautiful opaque colour, look, hardly smears.
Wow.
That section there is dry.
It is quite impressive because, well, it is very impressive because I love pigment inks, I love dye-based inks, but always with pigment, you have got to, like, I have got some inks that literally 2 days later still are.
Yes.
You know, if you don't heat set them, they just take forever to dry.
One of the things I did tonight was I got Paula to take the samples and rub her hand over them.
That's true.
And she was actually quite terrified of it.
Yes, I was.
Because she knew they were pigment ink, and she actually thought, well, no, they'll smear because they never dry. And they don't truly ever dry. They still feel a little bit waxy.
Yeah. Absolutely, textured, yeah.
The amount of ink that's on that card there, because they've been stamped and blended, but that feels like smooth card, doesn't it still?
Absolutely, yeah.
You wouldn't dare, I wouldn't normally dare do that.
No, and of course you still have got the richness, the intensity of pigment as well. Now 20% already gone. You are getting the pastels and the brights. You are getting 24 ones in total. £41.98 is the price. You're saving £4. You can use Christmas 20 and it is individual and get £5 off that. Remember, unlimited use of the Christmas 20. And of course you have got an interest-free payment option with FlexiBuy to payments of £20.99. Now, there is a couple of images on the website that they are wrong, so we wanted to clear them up. So, for instance, when you go to the embossing powders, you can see that there is that green, that you are not getting that. We will try to change it. Of course, it's Boxing Day. What happens is that there are some people that are not in the office, and therefore, but you are going to get 5 of those embossing powders. I will say one thing: go for the words in this particular instance. So you are getting the turquoise, the blue ciel, the rose powder, the rose pastel, and June pastel. Those ones are the colors that you are going to get. Then the other one that is also wrong is the blue and the pink. They are the way wrong, the wrong way out. Read the description. So you are gonna get the one. See, if you want blue, go for the description. Don't go by the image. Go for the description that says. So, for instance, if I wanted pink, I would go for the one that looks blue because the description says blue, that one. And you will gonna get pink. $9.99 is the price. And by the way, this is a desk vacuum.
This is.
Can you tell us?
Yeah, this is absolutely brilliant. I love this. I've got to say, to be fair, I have both.
Well, yes, that would be good.
But I like the idea of having both because one of them is for my office and one of them is for my kit.
Right.
But I know what I'll do, and I'll end up buying another 2 of each colour because I'm like that. But I used this earlier on the show, but these are, I mean, the thing is, these are for your die cuts.
Okay.
I'm a die cutter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the bits I had earlier. So that's all the die cut bits that came out of a die.
Yeah. Okay, I just need to go to the call center. I just can you call it up? I'll need to make an order.
That there. Done. Yeah. Literally done. We tested this first with fine ash. Yeah. Was what we tested the first one through. I've been waiting since January.
I remember you saying something passing by, and I thought, you know what?
But they had to be remoulded because there was they were halfway through production with a previous model that I think someone else had seen, and there was a fault, and they had to completely remould it, which is why they were so delayed. I've tried it with fine glitter and fine powder. And what you'll find is with fine glitter and fine powder, it has an air vent. Yeah. So it's really fine. If it's really fine, it will come out of the air vent.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's not designed for really, nothing works on really, really fine particles. What you can do, of course, is block that with your finger. But all you do is literally top comes off.
Yeah, and that's the power. Just
two double things, double batteries, double A, that's the one.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. That comes off. And then you've got the filter there, and you can just top that out, and you can actually clean that out with a brush. But you can actually then put those straight in the bin. Yeah. But I've been using it, but keeping it very quiet for so long, because no matter what I do, I can never get rid of all the little die cut bits.
And you know what I was thinking as well? You know how sometimes you die cut something and the plate gets all the bits in there? The brushes will get...
It's got brushes, so the brushes will get the bits off your plate.
And then it will
so as you go like that, it will actually take the extra little bits off.
Oh, I think everybody has one of them.
I just absolutely love it. Well, we actually have my name. We had John next door put on them as well.
Yeah, your signature, your stamp of approval.
Yes. Well, we did test them for an awful long time.
Lucky you.
But as soon as they came in, I know this is not a massive die cutting show, but I wanted to bring them to people as soon as they came into the country.
All right, if you wanted $9.99 is your price, remember, go for the description, the word description, not the image. So if you want blue, go for the one that looks like a pen. Go for what it says rather than what you see. $9.99 is the price, and the digits on the screen is for the blue one, 197021. Right, take it away, John.
Right,
show us
well,
the
what
one
I thought I was going to do, I will do what I did first.
Okay, yeah.
So this is exactly what I did when I first got them through. Okay. So I'm using a piece of just plain white stamping card inside my stamp platform, so that I've got the foam there.
Right.
Yeah, okay. So because they are clear stamps, you don't want to be stamping onto a hard surface all the time. So although I'm not going to really use the platform and use that, I'm also going to I'm just going to use VersaFine in sepia to give me a nice light brown look. So I'm just going to put on a little bit, 1, 2, 3, of a little bit of twig, or a little bit of twiggage.
Twiggage.
Just
like
to keep it very simple.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Just first of all, just to give me a start.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So then all I need to do is select a leaf. Yes. So I would bring in my foliage set. Now I've got most of these already set. So I'm going to go with the little sort of ivy or oak leaf.
Beautiful.
So I like that. There is a lovely ginkgo leaf. And I might have this little 3-leaf there. Okay. So you would then, if I wanted to, let's say I want to use, really nice little fur there. So you take it off, take one of your finger blocks, and literally self-sticks and sticks on.
Perfect.
Okay, that's
Easy.
it, done. So then choose a colour. I'm going to go with a light green from the Brights, I think it is. But the colours are just beautiful.
They are. And you are getting, what is it, 24 colours in total?
Yeah, 24. Yeah. Which is virtually the full collection of these. And the pastel ones and the pastel powders are all the same colours as the pastel sprays that we did from Eyes Ink. So they all match exactly. So I'm just going to, but again, I don't have to be careful with the ink.
No.
I don't have to make sure I'm likely to push it in.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. But watch, 1, 2, 3. But you see there.
Yeah. How quickly.
I'm building up along that. But if I do it a little bit if I do it here, watch, can you see there's all green?
Yes.
All the way around that block? Yeah? Okay, all green. Watch that.
It doesn't transfer.
Doesn't transfer.
At all.
So I'm just going to...
Tradition.
Moving it randomly. Anyone can do this.
Yeah.
I'm going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 or so. But you see how it's working against, because of the ink, you see how it's working against that VersaFine. Yeah?
Yeah.
So what I would do is I'm going to change colour. So I'm going to go to a more emerald green. I'm going to clean my finger stamp.
Yes.
This is something people rarely see me do. But I'm just going to use my Crafts 2 stamp cleaning mat, which I know we've got on. They've come back into stock.
Which is brilliant.
So give that a clean.
Do you keep one wet and one dry?
This side is wet.
Yeah.
This side is dry.
Perfect.
Clean on this, dry on that one. It's got thousands of little, it's got millions of little fibres in, but again.
Yeah.
So just going around randomly with one stamp, 2 or 3 colours, but you can see where it's going.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, I don't know if you probably can't see this, but I can see,
I can see
by holding it like this, if I want it to go in a direction, if I want it to come from there, I can look, watch.
Yeah.
It comes exactly from there because I'm not holding it on a wooden peg or something massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just going to swap. So clean my stamp.
Yeah.
And then I will put it back there. I'm going to grab now my holly leaf and I'm going to grow more of a lime green colour. Not holly, honestly.
A holly, no, yeah.
That's more like an ivy or a thing.
No, this, ivy could be that, or I would say it's just very more lime green, actually, apple green.
Yeah, it's just, they haven't got names, so you can name them yourself. But again, just building it up.
Look at that. And
yeah, it could be a maple.
Yeah, it could be.
It depends on the colour you're using, so again, I'm going to go with the darker green. So again, just, you see how you're getting the definition even in the small stamp?
Right, yeah.
So I'm just
I love that.
building it up. Really, I should be doing second and third generation, but I want quite intense. So, great, brilliant. Okay, got my leaves on and everything else. Just clean my stamp down. So I won't add any more, but what I will do now is I'm going to go with a flower.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with that one, actually. So pop it on my block. And you don't have to get them bang in the centre. But what we've done is, these are these small ones, but again, we've designed this so that we can get slightly bigger stamps as well. There will be more coming. You're buying into an idea.
Yeah. And a collection and a range of beautiful. I need to tell everybody that we are very, very busy. The phone lines are incredibly busy. There are queues on the phones. If you have got access to the internet, hochanda.com, or alternative, download the app for your iPhone or Android phone. You will find it. It's incredibly easy to use and it's straightforward. Right, sorry about that.
But you said fine. You see that, but just there.
Yeah,
that's all I'm doing.
Yeah, and in those beautiful flowers.
Just adding them on, first and second. Just doing really simple to start with.
Yeah.
But we've got then almost a beautiful collection. So I'm just going to really, to simplify it off and finish it off, I'm going to grab my black ink.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cover over that little area there. So I'm going to take the Sentiment Special.
Right.
Get that nice and straight. We're going to put that in there. There. I'm just going to ink that in black.
Yeah. Perfect.
Which just ties off. And then I'm going to grab one of the little butterflies.
Yeah.
Again, pop it on my block. But you see why I got more blocks?
Yes,
because
indeed.
it's annoying putting them back.
So remember that we have got a set of extra 3 sets, so you are getting 30 extra if you want to go. $9.99 is the price. And 60% of the stock is already gone. So if you want yours, please do check out your baskets. Added to the one-day special, you can then flexi buy it as well. Remember to use Christmas 20 when you check out. That way you will have, of course, that £5 off the price. Also remember that the one-day special is on its own, or you can buy part of a complete collection, depending on your budget, on what you may have already. The choice is yours. Basically, we are given the complete collection, of course, includes the media plates and the media collection of dies as well.
And there we go, done.
Look,
it's literally that quick. So what we've got there is I've just used the butterfly, first and second generation in black, just to tie it together.
That's just gorgeous.
But to me, that's all you need.
That's all you need.
That is literally all you need on the card. But we've used, even where I've used it and shown the example of the little, of how the stamp didn't go around the edge, even though it's not tied in, it still matches together with it. Absolutely. But you've got a lot of depth in there, but what's working with you is the pigment inks. It's the combination of everything together.
Absolutely. It's absolutely brilliant, and how quick you achieve that as well. Now imagine at home, while John resets for the next demo, let me show you a couple of samples more, because the way that the concept works is that yes, they are small stamps, but you can build larger images, you can build those layers, you can build big hearts in here with just a butterfly. You can see this is the butterfly that John was using, but you are getting other butterflies, and you can see how mixing and matching them. The ease of use by having the finger block in there means that borders will be easily achieved and quickly achieved. Those gorgeous sentiments in the center. If you have got embossing folders that have got like a stripe, like an empty space, fill them up with the stamp. Look at the detail on them. I love that they are all year-round stamps as well, that you can bring in with whatever colors or situations you want. Think about, you can use it, of course, and with embossing powder. There is no reason why not to. What about going vintage and then doing half of them? Like you have a heart in here, so you can bring completely different styles. Don't think that is just for clean and simple. Now we are extremely busy. nearly 40% of the one-day special has gone already. So if you want yours, please do check out your baskets. We are exceptionally busy, and of course this is a new concept from Crafts2, having the finger dauber block that works with the small stamps in there. £26.94 is what you are paying if you are a Freedom member. Now, if you are, if you are clever and you use the Christmas 20, you will get £5 off that, which means that if you're a Freedom member, you only pay £21.94. You don't pay PMP, and you're getting 10 of the acrylic finger daubers, as well as all the beautiful stamps. And then, of course, you can see that you are getting, I love that, because you are getting the beautiful leaves in there, the skeleton, you're getting the Christmas ornaments, you are getting the flowers. John, it is a wonderful imagery as well.
It is. They're beautiful images. Some of them have come from licensed artwork. Some of them I've drawn.
Yeah.
So some of them are mine.
Yeah.
Some of them are licensed, as we say with 2Js. That's how we actually work, how the company actually works. But we've picked what would work beautifully in this small size. And what we wanted to do with giving you the 4 was simply that you got the flowers, you got the basic flowers, basic foliage, you got the basic sort of bugs, there's a beautiful bee in there, but you also got the little snowflakes and the baubles, so that you've got all seasons to start with. You know, this is the idea that we're going to build on this collection. We have some new things that were hopefully going to be here for this show and aren't, because we all know the problems that there's been this year. But there were a few bits that which will be coming on now, probably in February or March, which will extend this even further.
Indeed.
with new finger stamps. We don't want ever people to have one go and put them away. You want to be playing with these, because I've spent weeks playing with them and loved it.
And also I was thinking, I'm sure that there are other stamps, because I know some stamps that I designed like 10 years ago, that they are small enough that it will fit in here.
And that's it. Use them in combination. The concept and the new idea is the blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done our own stamps to go with it. If you've got small stamps, I've done little stamps on my stamp sets for the last 5-6 years. Use those, try those.
Absolutely.
Use Powlers, use whichever ones you've got. Once you've got the concept, you can use any that you've got. This is the whole idea of sort of John Next Door and Crafts2 is we never pretend other brands don't exist.
Absolutely.
We've all got stash from everywhere, and I have.
I have to say, I just didn't ask you, but you did. Between you and Sam, you got each other quite a lot of crafty goodies yesterday.
We did, yes. We did buy each other. Quite a lot of the presents were craft related for each other.
It was really funny, because you bought that from that, and you bought this from this, obviously. Oh, and all of them, I believe, Hochanda and.
Yes, I bought for Sam on Melissa's shows, and he bought on Janie's shows for me.
Oh,
so yes, we did.
Anyway, this is what happens, crafters, that we work in here, but you also buy in here. And now, if you want to go for the one-day special, you have got the details there. Remember, there is the complete collection as well. For the complete collection details at the bottom of the screen. In whichever case, you have got a flexi-buy option to buy interest-free payments, or if you wanted to do, of course, you use that Christmas 20 to take off that £5. Now, the vacuum. So we have got the blue vacuum here. It's amazing. Now, it has got the brushes at the bottom. It's designed for die cuts.
It's designed for die cuts. As a die cutter, that's what I saw when I saw the original. It was the die cut pieces that I wanted, that I was fed up with on my desk. Once it's been going for a while, the one I've got longer, once it's actually started to get, to be honest, once the filters have started to get a little bit in them, then they will pick up finer and finer particles and keep them in. But I don't want to if I tipped out now a load of embossing powder onto here, switched the hoover on, it would pick up all of 100% of it, but 60% of it would blow out of the hole, because it's so fine. I really want to be clear that that's what we designed it for, the die cut pieces. But you can turn yours on, because Sam put batteries in yours as well.
Yeah, there are. Oh, that's lovely. Now, the blue one, $9.99 is the price, $197,021. That is the blue one. Now, if you wanted the pink one, it has got a different item number. Do not get worried about the images on the website. What you need to see is pink. If it says pink, you will get the pink one. $9.99 is the price. The item number is different, 756 555659 is the item number 4, the pink one. They are really amazing, and I think every die cutter will benefit from them. Right, check out your baskets, and remember to use Christmas 20 if your basket is above £25. And remember, no, it's not limited to 1 per customer. Right, let's head back to John, because you are ready to go.
I'm ready, yeah. So what I've done now, I've got one of the media plate frames on to show how they work together. And I've even got a photo here, which you probably can't see, thankfully, to remind me of what I'm trying to make. Yeah. Because I've just done so many with this, it's almost losing it. So I've got the square media plate frame on here, and as I said, this is a blank stamp. So what I want to do is put down a little bit of base to start with. So what I'm doing is, I'm using this brighter yellow, which is from the Bright Pack, and I'm just inking it around the edges. Yeah, really simply. Yeah. I'm going to take the peach one, and I'm going to add a little bit of peach on as well. Yeah. And all I'm going to do is, normally we'd brayer and roller that. We're not going to. We're just going to stamp it, because we're trying to make a sort of faded frame.
I like that.
Yeah. So that looks like you've been skilled and you've spent hours. Yeah. Actually, if I hold that one up, you see it against the white. Hopefully you can see.
There it is. Yeah, there it is.
That looks like you've spent hours shading with stencils. And of course you haven't. I'm all about easy and cheating.
And you couldn't do a stencil like that, because you would have to mask it, and then you'd
have to mask off 2 sections.
Exactly.
It would be virtually impossible to get that.
It would be really difficult.
So what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to take one of the greens. This isn't a verbena green. Yeah. But this, I don't know what the name is, because they've not been named, but to me I just love this colour. Yeah. I don't know what it would be. There's apple and everything, but this is just like a posh green. Yeah.
It's like chartreuse, but it's not really. It's a little bit more mossy than chartreuse.
Yeah, it is. It's like a sort of expensive moss.
Yeah, that's what. Moss. Yeah. Spanish moss.
Royal moss.
Spanish moss. Spanish royal moss. That's what I'm gonna.
Kate Moss.
Yeah. Other supermodels are available. Well, they're not available.
Well, not available, I don't think.
Not for us anyway.
What I'm going to do is, I've put the sort of maple type leaf on with that one. I'm going to grab this appley green, and I'll get that little fir one that we put on earlier, and all I'm doing is stamping this around 2 corners, really simply. And the difference is, because the media plate is made from this polymer, usually, with sort of when you've got the jelly type ones, and they're great, I'm not saying anything, so they're more wobbly. Yeah, it's very hard to get a clear, crisp impression sometimes. Right. You know more than me. I can't use them because I don't like the texture. But again, we are all.
We all have got.
There are different tools for different jobs. Absolutely. Nothing replaces anything. They all have their place.
Absolutely. So, and we are all a little bit different. So we all use there are tools that are the right tools for the right job, but also the right tools for the right person.
Yes, definitely. There are things that we would do, that I would do, that you wouldn't, and vice versa. So I've just stamped those leaves on, What I'm going to do is now close it and press around the frame. Yeah. And what that does, can you see now?
Oh, I love that.
I've got all those different tones and shades of pattern in there to start with. So I've built myself almost up a little trellis.
Yes, you do.
So using the same 2 colours, I'm going to go back to the same leaves, and I'm just going to now build and let those come out of the frame.
Oh, this is gorgeous. I love that.
Yep, so just taking it. So with the sort of mapley leaf, I'm using the royal moss or the Kate moss. Yeah. As this is going to stick in my head now.
It's going to be a sticky one.
Thanks to Marcus, this is going to be called. But can you see now? You're already. Look at that. To me, looks like I've spent hours at it. It really does. It's actually some stamping I'm proud of.
Yeah, well, it's. What you're saying.
But the thing is, but you can see what I'm doing. No skill. There is genuinely no skill in this at all.
I also would think that for children would be quite fun to do.
Kids could easily do this, because the thing is, it doesn't matter how much they squidge this block. If you look here, it doesn't matter how much I squidge this block in this ink. Watch the impression.
That's clean.
It's clean.
There is no circle, there is no shadow.
Because we've had the stamps made of a depth So, okay, there's my little maple leaf, or my ivy, I think it looks like on this, in my Cape Moss. Now I'm going to go with my more sort of apple green, and again the little fur. Yeah. But you'll see.
Now the new ink pack. Oops. Oh, sorry. I thought that they were in a box, but they are not. So yeah, the ink pads are very busy. 24 ink pads are gone. Half the song, yours will not have been on the floor. You can see them here. You are getting all 24. Sorry, Molly. Now they are quick dry ink packs. Oh, there we have. Like I said, now of course that you are incredibly busy. If you want them, well, £41 and 98 pence for 24 ink pads like that, and I love they come in the tray. Obviously, I thought they had the lid on, but when you come, it arrives to you, they will come in the box in here. You can see it. 084087.
I should probably mention on the ink pads.
Yes.
I should probably mention the whole thing. The ink pads, they are obviously brand new from Eyes Ink Aladine, who are in France.
Oh yeah.
It is Boxing Day.
So
once they've gone, they've gone.
Oh.
We cannot get hold of them, and obviously with what's been going on at the ports and is going on in the UK and the world at the moment, we do not have any more on order.
Very good point.
So normally with Eyes Ink, people are used to us being able to pull it back. There is nobody we can call today or tomorrow, and we don't know when they would arrive. So I severely doubt. I did talk to Crafts too, and our feeling was that if it really went, we would try. But I don't want to say it's definite no, but everything that we've had has said no, because I cannot see how we can do it.
Absolutely.
On the finger stamps as well, they are exclusive to Hochanda at the moment.
Okay. Oh.
You have the entire stock, I believe.
All right. Well, on John's word that he believes they are the whole stock. Remember, now I hear literally in my ear was like, well, we are busy for the ink pads now. I mean, if you want them, check them out. Remember to use Christmas 20. You can use it more than once. It is unlimited use as long as your basket is over £25. And that is only until midnight or until stocks last, of course, of the ink pads. You can get that £5 off. It is amazing.
Yeah,
right,
it's crazy.
John.
So I've just put in now some little leaves very quickly. Of the little sort of fir tree type one. And now I've got, this is one of my favourite flowers. Oh. And I'm sure it would have a name, and somebody who's good at it would actually be able to say.
A dahlia?
It makes me, it reminds me of a passion flower.
Oh, passion flower, or chrysanthemum, I
Yes, it could be, but when, I'm going to stamp this now, and there's a light violet, but if you can see.
Yeah.
So I'm doing first, second, third. First, second, third. Yeah.
Yep.
Just going round like this, just to keep it. So they're going inside, but they're coming outside this frame that we've created. Yeah?
Yeah.
So I'm just the same again, not doing it in any pattern. First, second, third, first, second, whatever. Just going. There we go.
Wow, I love that.
Yeah, so we've built up that. I'm then going to switch inks. So I'm just going to clean, and I never say clean stamps. Cleaning stamps is the worst thing for them. But when we're using colours and changing colours, you really need to be changing colours.
And the stamping cleaning mat is, I really love the idea you have got a wet side and a dry side.
And the wet side actually comes out so that you can wash it. Oh. This one's been washed. Sam washed this one.
I probably wouldn't, because I would, but
no, I would just normally I'd get another one.
Yeah, exactly.
No, Sam washed this one for me, but they work so well. But this time I'm just going to change colour, and this is slightly more intense, but I'm not sure.
I love that.
But by having the inks, this is what I love. It looks like I've got 5 or 6 shades. I've only used 4 colours on this.
And also, what I love about it is that usually, if I was using pigment ink pads...
Well, normally, I would not dare to do this.
Exactly.
Not with pigment ink, because that would smear. That's not moved. I've done stamping without smearing it.
Yeah,
it's the tools, isn't it?
You have got the inks, but also you have got like ability to stamp directly, quickly and easily without fear of us smearing.
Without fear of it smearing. Look how detailed these stamps are.
Yeah.
That sort of passion flower one is so detailed, and I've not lost a single bit. There's dips in there that are less than 1 millimetre wide.
Yeah.
So all I'm going to do to finish is take on the flowers. We've actually given you some centres.
Okay.
Which are tiny.
Yeah.
And I would never try and stamp that with a block.
Right.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this darker blue colour.
Yeah.
But on the finger block it's so easy. And all I'm going to do is I'm not using it as a centre. I'm just going to put, to lift it, a few first, second, third and fourth generation dots in. But can you see there how that just fills it out? Yeah. So if you look at that side as opposed to this side, that pops and it's fuller just because I'm using these little dots. But using the frame makes it so much easier. There we go. Make sure I've got one in. Only thing I do find is put something in the corners. Put something darker in the two opposing corners.
Yeah.
Really makes a difference.
Yeah, because then it kind of
gives you your eye a place of where to finish. It's like putting a full stop on. Yeah. And then I'm simply going to take one of the sentiments. Should we go with happy birthday?
Oh, yes.
Because it was feliz cumpleaños.
Muchas gracias.
I wanted to say para mañana, but it's not. It's para...
Por ayer.
Por ayer.
Por ayer.
Ah.
Ayer is yesterday. And yesterday was my birthday, as well as Christmas Day. I got the best Christmas birthday card from our producer, actually. She was like, oh, I'm sorry that, you know, baby Jesus took the, you know, the shine of your birthday or something like that. And then it says, happy, wishing you something. And then it's scratch it, birthday.
Yeah, well, all we wrote was was feliz cumpleaños and spelt it wrong, but then
no,
I would.
No, you didn't.
There we go. But just using again the two colours from the original, that peach. I mean, I've never had a peach ink.
No.
It's not a colour I'd never thought of getting. So the peach and the lemon together on the stamp press. I'll hold this one up. You can see there. To me, I would be proud of that.
Absolutely.
But I would feel like someone had spent hours at it.
Absolutely, and you'd have done that in what, about 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
I would say 10 minutes maximum, really.
Yeah, and it looks so layered because you have done layers, but so quickly.
You've not had to sit there and shade. I've not used a brush, I've not used a dauber. I've used ink pads, finger blocks and a media plate, that's it.
And you haven't had to dry every layer with a heat gun?
No, nothing's drying. Nothing needs drying. Even that sentiment
is dry.
Is dry.
Wow. And now, of course, that's thanks to the ink pads, which I'm holding quickly and very incredibly busy. Remember that, of course, it's Boxing Day today. Tomorrow is Sunday. We are talking about a company that is based in France. Therefore, you know the stories. You know what is in the news. The stock that there is here is in this country. Therefore, it can be dispatched on Monday. But
Tuesday.
That's it. The stock Tuesday. Oh, of course, Tuesday. It's bank holiday. Yeah, of course. So if you wanted, check out your baskets right now to make sure that you get them. We don't know when if they are going to be back on the stock. So please do check out your baskets. Use Christmas 20 as well to take off £5 off that price. So you actually are saving £9. You have got also the FlexiBuy option to spread the cost in interest-free payments. Now, but you may want to add the one day special. I love these blocks. I love the imagery of the stamps that you are getting. Butterflies, dragonflies and bees, snowflakes and Christmas bubbles and stars. You are getting foliage and you are getting leaves in different shapes, all of them of the size that will fit onto those finger dove blocks. Stamp blocks. Then you have got the flowers, those tiny little dots. You can create splatters if you wanted with them. You can, of course, you do with the beautiful branches. You can create those images as well to incorporate them all. You're getting 10 of the acrylic block finger stamp blocks, and you are getting, of course, those branches that I was mentioning, and those brush lettering stamps, which are, to me, they are bold, they are beautiful. They completely combine perfectly with those delicate stamps. It kind of says, the sentiment is what is important, but the detail is also stunning. Now, we are half of the stock gone for the one day special. Now, of course, if you want it, you have got a freedom price. That means that if you use Christmas 20, when you check out your basket, you will get the one-day special for £21.94. And remember, Christmas 20, it's only until midnight tonight, so do not miss out by checking out your basket. Now, also, of course, we have run a competition here at Hochanda, the Christmas competition that ended earlier today. Now, every hour we were putting goodies in it, and this is what you are getting. Now, let's announce the winner of this amazing giveaway. Well, congratulations. Let's hear it for Christine Wainwright. You have won this amazing giveaway. I mean, I can spy so many goodies in there, including the ironing board in there as well. You got, oh, look.
Yes, I mean, I actually added myself the card blank die, which is the last one in existence.
Wow.
Crafts 2, then I also donated some John Next Door dies, 3 sets of our craft artist inks, stamps, embossing folders. There was loads that that little corner we added. But that's crazy. I did try and ask if Sam Oakes had won, but he hadn't.
No, sorry. No. Christine Wainwright,
well
if
done,
you're
Christine.
Watching, congratulations. This is what you earn, and it's going to go to your way very, very soon. Right, at this, of course, you have got the name spelled, correctly there, over there. Right, of course, let's head back to John because he has got even more demonstrations to show us.
Right, okay, so what I've done now, I'm going to do a really quick one. Okay, what I've done is I've taken a piece of white stamping card and I've pencil drawn a circle on it. That's it. Nothing more complex than that. And I've got this one, which looks like half a tree.
Yeah.
From the actual, if you look at it, it looks like half a tree.
Okay.
From the actual cherry blossom, but it actually works around a circle of any size.
Right.
So it doesn't look like it does, but it does. So I'm just going to go, put that edge and the top edge on the circle. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do the top again the same. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2.
Okay.
3.
I love that.
Pick it up. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And then fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
Really simple.
It could be like our producer says lightning. I see roots.
Oh, it could.
You know, the roots from, and I think it's very symbolic, roots.
But you see how they all match up?
Yeah.
So really, really simply and easily, then we've made a circle. So clean your stamp. Crazy as it sounds. To watch me do it, but I learnt this. Yeah. This is why this has been cleaned. Yeah. And look, I even cleaned my stamp blocks.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to go with this darker green. And what leaf shall we have? Shall we have the ginkgo?
Oh, I love the ginkgo. It's such an incredible tree. Survived, atomic bombs in Hiroshima.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's one of the favorite events, and it's kind of considered almost like a dinosaur of trees because it's one of the most ancient.
I know I knew it was really old.
Yeah, and it's a very, it's sort of like it can grow in any type of earth, and it's a symbol of longevity in Japan. And in China, yeah.
Oh, wicked. So what I'm doing is, I'm only using the first generation actually on this dark edge. Oh. I'm using the lighter generation, can you see?
Yeah, inwards.
Inwards, just to keep that feeling going. And because I can see, I mean, again, I can put it on my finger. I've just got into the habit of holding it, because I tend to do that with my... Yeah. So I'm just going to fill that out with that green, okay? I'm then going to swap in for, there's one that has, when I find, honestly, you can never find it when you want it. I don't know where I've put that. I'll have to use something else instead.
Okay.
Yeah, this is more like an oak leaf, but we'll do that. So I'm just going to build...
I see.
This more, again, more into the centre. Yeah. As it would be. Just keep moving it and turning it and building these in. Again, I would build it a little bit more and then start to bring some of these out into these. So I'm using the Kate Moss colour.
Oh, it's going to be now forever, the Kate Moss colour, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think I might have to give one of these pieces to Marcus to pay him for that suggestion.
Yeah. Yeah, that's...
So, can you see when I start to then build out those? Okay. But then really quickly, I'm going to grab a flower, I'm going to grab quite intense red, and I'm just going to put...
Look at that. Oh, I love those flowers.
Not a single flower in this, to be honest, is put there for just to fill up a sheet.
I love,
Every single one was actually selected for the beauty of it being small. Well, you see there, we just...
It's just absolutely stunning. John, we have got seconds to go. I just wanted to say thank you so much. We will be seeing you again at 8 o'clock.
Yes.
But I'll tell everybody to check out their baskets. We are incredibly busy, and I know everybody's going to jump ahead and kind of check out their baskets. And this Ink Pass, the one-day special, if you do not want to miss out, I know it sounds, it's the first launch, but that's the only way I was going to say. The only way you are going to get them is to make sure that you check out those baskets, right? And remember to use Christmas 20 to get those £5 off as well. Now, John, we'll see you. Thank you so much.
See you at 8 o'clock.
We'll have a brew, and then we will be back. And, of course, Hayley next.